Hello. Hi. Very early stream, haha. No. Bit of a late stream today. However, I really wanted to play Walpurgis Night, so that's why I'm here. There was this thing where I couldn't sleep too well, and then went to donate plasma in the ideal combination. So I basically returned home like 5 hours ago and fell into a coma for 4 hours. I literally fell asleep right as I touched the mattress. But now I'm here. I just felt for good night. I think I should be done with like all the relevant content, or how to say, in like in kind of fast. So yeah, that's the plan. Well, we are starting with pools. Oh, cool. Yeah, I actually rolled. What was I going to do? Okay, I have quite a bit of pulse. You can see my lunacy. I think it's quite a bit of lunacy. That reminds me, for some reason, I assumed there was a bug with fucking Ryoshu. LCCV Assistant Manager Ryoshu, to be more specific. And they unleveled my Ryoshu. That's so rude out of them. My favorite identity. So that's interesting. Yeah. Okay, let's do the pills then. Should I do a math and count how much I have? Let's do that. Calculator. So I'm only counting the free one. So 4, 6, 9, 8, 2 divided by 130. Oh, I have actually more than I thought. 361.4. 361. 391. 439. 439 pulls. I don't count this because that's, you know, different banner. So let's go. If I don't get them all with 400 pulls, over 400 pulls, I'm killing myself. I won't do that actually. I'll just go cry in the corner instead. Oh wait, there's also an announcer though, isn't there? I think there's an announcer. I definitely saw an announcer. Where do you get announcers? Huh? Oh, do you get it from like winning the thing? Well, we'll see. Whatever. Maybe I can look here. Yeah, okay, I know what Walpurgis Night is. Announcer quantity 7. Yeah, there's HUD. There's Sun Office. I know those were added, I just didn't know where to get them. I want to be an announcer. Whoa, lucky.
이번 의뢰는 다른 해결사의 전투에 참관해서
이미 읽어봤으니 설명은 됐다네.
나도 내용은 이미 숙지했으니까 브리핑 해줄 필요 없어.
Yuna gives me flashbacks to soloing fucking Library of Rina. She carries me through the whole fucking thing. Alright. Okay, cringe. Alright, more green I see. Wow, this is really nice.
죽음에 관한 그대의 의견은 잘
Alright.
잠시 충동적인 마음은 접어두고 좀 더 대화해 보지 않겠는가?
Honestly, I have no idea what this guy does. I know he's like a sinking ID, but I saw the wall of text when he was released and was thinking, yeah, I'm gonna only plus win rate anyways, so it's fine. I don't need to know that. I also done a similar thing with the Wild Hunt Heathcliff. That's a lot of text, man. I'm not reading all that. I'm like extremely lucky. I don't know if you noticed, but fuck, I'm so lucky. Okay, nothing new, but I still think that was kinda lucky with how much I'm getting of the 3-0 pools, guys. I'm not getting the things I want though, not really, except the one announcer. So far. Oh wait, an E-Sank. Fucking dumbass. But I still need one more announcer, one identity, and one ego. Let's click on it specifically. Wow, cool. Well, I got very lucky on my gacha yesterday while getting Jane. Well, this is starting to get a bit painful. Oh, fuck you! Alright, it's green. Are you fucking with me? Wow. Oh, okay, okay.
하얗고 슬픈 아이들이군.
At this point, I have it basically guaranteed.
애도를 표할
Even though I would prefer if I got it before, you know, spending 400 bulls, if possible. It's fucking 4G Sank. What the fuck? Why does Ryoshu hate me? Is it because her LCCB identity was fucking unleveled? Should I level her back? Would that help? Oh, right. Yeah, I already read this once before. This identity is so bad. I like it. Skip. Okay, she's back. And now I will get her on my first den pool. Well, I did get her. Fuck me. Yeah. Okay. So exactly 200 pulls. Because I can now just buy the HUD announcer with the ideal thing.
자, 직원 여러분, 모두 웃으며 여길 봐주세요. 오늘은 교육팀의 세피라인 저와 함께 적대기체 제압 훈련 비디오를 찍을 거예요.
Alright, so let's look at stuff here. I think I'll stay with the thing I have. I think it's kind of funny. What was I about to do now? You can see I'm fucking full on my Ankepaline modules. Okay, I'm one off from being full. I will, however, be able to farm this weekend a lot since I have 2 12-hour night shifts. Yay. Okay, let's put you here because you were here before. And now let's, I don't know. Wonder if someone would guess what is this team for. I'm not gonna say it. Okay, well, I'm definitely getting you. I'm getting some kind of Gregor. I guess I can get you since Isang is sinking. So, sinking synergy Gregor with the new ego. Then I'm obviously getting the new Ryoshu. I'll change the rest later.
과분한 선물을 등에 졌소. 갈 곳 잃은 영혼들은 두 손에 꽉 쥐었소. 이제 우리는 어디로 나아가야 하겠소?
Now I'm straight, but nay, I have rested well enough. Oft I am summoned for work, yet I despise it not, thus there is no need for you to worry. An invisible bell resound two pleasant high-pitched rings. The only sound within the containment unit are the child's voice and the bell. You worry that I may be overstraining myself? Perhaps I would say that, were the current workload much worse than usual, yet it's as burdensome as it always has been, thus familiar, which in turn makes it rather possible. But the child replies as though he is engaged in a mutual conversation with something. It is likely that the abnormality with the head of a butterfly is directly transmitting its voice to this agent. In fact, I find this dialogue, rather pleasant. A conversation with you seems to broaden my perspective on things. The abnormality chatting with the child is a rather difficult entity to manage. The 9868, fuck me, also known as Fear of the Dead Butterflies. This abnormality is rather choosy about which employee gets to manage it. Those with an unjust heart find nothing but a waste of time conversing with it. And those that are rash of heart will quickly find themselves exhausted. That is what makes this child a most fitting employee to manage this abnormality. He has an appropriate amount of both sense of justice and patience, and despite the fact that he is suppressing the abnormality's impulses, he does it through a gentle method of engaging in mutual dialogue, not by force. The abnormality is probably intelligent enough to recognize that it's an attempt to manage it, but it does not allow it to bother him. Whichever was the case, it was rare to find an agent whose mind does not immediately crumble upon conversing with it. Yisang does have a good manager, making sure Yisang has high enough stats. A dull sound of bell echoes once. Ah, I was merely watching the butterfly resting upon the back of your hand. They are those with no place to return, thus are bound to rest upon you, is that correct? Instead of a bell, the large butterfly atop the abnormality's head slowly fluttered its wings. A behavior equivalent to a nod, perhaps. Should you perish, will the butterflies flutter away again? As one sits, only to rise again. There is no easy way to comprehend what this child is saying. It is rather difficult to understand what he means. He should know that death is not a concept applicable to abnormalities, but the clear, almost refreshing sound of a bell conveyed that the work session yielded a positive result. The abnormality quite enjoyed that response, probably. Then I shall take my leave. Until next time, farewell. With that, the child exited the containment unit. He stands there for a moment, gladly enjoying that brief moment of respite. Still trapped in a daydream? Captain Ryoshu. Only to be awoken from his ruminations by the child with a cigarette in her mouth, captain of the safety team. Treating abnormalities like they are people will only complicate things. Don't make me sit. I'm only giving it the impression of it. As you are well aware, this abnormality is. At least try to hide your grievance. We don't have time for this. Warning, dawn of violet warning. First, warning trumpet activated. All suppression units in each department. An ordeal descends. Yes, it does. You're coming with me. I don't suppose there's any need for that. The child wields the guns imbued with the butterflies and stands back to back with the captain. Things aren't going according to the plan. What, pray tell, does in this company? Stay here and hold the line. If you survive, but every single containment unit of this department falls. I'll kill you myself, got that? Ah, that is a manner of death I would very much prefer to avoid. The child mutters with an exasperated frown, while the butterfly bullets continue to blast from his guns. He'd grown into a skilled employee over his time here, enough so that he could exchange a few banters with his colleague as he engaged in combat. Will you not assist, Captain? I'm heading to visit the information team to pick up the bullets. They moved from the middle layer. The bullets, I see. The bullets must be the shield-type bullets the manager and the Sephiroth fire to protect us then. I prefer the bullet that bursts everything it touches. Isn't that a true beauty in the blast and annoying coworkers had apart? But I suppose the useful ones get to live. The control team captain ordered her men to move the bullet stock from the middle to the upper layer for some information training purposes, she says. Ah, it is Captain Faust of whom you speak? Then the training cannot have been her purpose, only an excuse to ensure we have access to the bullets. As that level of preparation appears rather unnecessary for the ordeals of dawn, patiently a calamity of great magnitude is nice to unfold. It will be a waste to use the bursting bullets on someone useful like you. Oh, that's so sweet. I heard tell that the Sephiroth in charge of Captain Faust's department maintains quite the dangerously high standards for her subordinates. Testing, can you hear me, upper layer employees? I will be in charge of the operation for this ordeal, so please follow my directions. She can try to come up with something airtight, but she's not smart enough for that. The captain must have prepared those countermeasures for such emergencies. Ah, yet the more complicated the structure of the thing is, the greater the room it is for holes to go unnoticed. And I mean all of you, training team, information team, and safety team. I know that our employees can handle this. I suppose she's not lying, considering that the employee who can't handle it is no employee at all in her eyes. With that, the captain spun around and disappeared into the other side of the hallway. Left alone, the child turns the muzzles of his handguns towards the violet creatures. Fruits of understanding, have you not lost your ways? He carries out his duty, burning butterflies as lost as his foes. I warn you, bloom and be a path for one another to follow. In solemn silence. Cool. Up by 5 when. Alright, so he inflicts thinking. Solid. Can clash up to 15 and can roll 14. Wait, no, my math is fucking bad. I'm fucking dumb. No, I'm right. I'm right actually. No, okay, I'm fine. consumes the living and the departed. Cool. Inflicts butterflies. That's cool. Interesting. Okay. Right. That's fun. Oh, this can roll pretty nice. Shit. Like if you're thinking maximum, then this can roll fucking 8 plus 20, 28. Pretty nice. Reload. Okay. Yeah, I'm not reading all this, but it sounds interesting. Oh, this is really cool. Reload. So I assume he starts with some, yeah, ammo, and then he reloads with either skill 2. Wait, no, was it skill 3? Skill 3 or his defense. Oh! So you can reload pretty much any time. So you don't run out of ammo. Cool. That sounds pretty strong. Yeah, I'm not sure I completely understand, but then again, I'm only clicking win rate, so... Oh.
이렇게 잘 길들여진 애고를 본 적이 있나? 이 눈 많은 무기는 남의 것 같지 않단 말이지.
The interior of the containment unit is submerged in utter darkness, with not a hint of its walls or ceilings visible to a naked eye. Yet the child confidently strode through the dense, thick, swirling darkness that seems to oppress the very air itself. The pencil pushers in fancy suits like to lecture us that the that instinct works will be most efficient against this one, but tossing them feet from safe distance is not my style. They pulsate like feebly beating hearts. The white cocoons, each an approximate size of an adult human, hang low to the floor. The child's gaze rises, following the strand of the cocoon's descended from. As red eyes light up the ceiling like a midnight forest fire shredding through the dark. Ha! Even with that discursed instinct so deeply rooted in your origins, you managed to transcend this drab containment unit into a form of art. With the shadowy containment unit lies an even darker place, trapped amidst the tightly woven cocoons. Entombed in a cell where only the sound of one's own heartbeat, the skittering noise of tiny spiders, and the cold brushing of thread could be heard. Such tragic horror the deceased employees suffered. This painting of hell was enough to state the child's artistic interest. Yes, I've never seen art that like this so up close in my life. Or maybe the ones I did see were not worth remembering. The swarm of baby spiders was already starting to climb up the child's leg, and after crawling to and from between the child's arms and neck for a while, as though searching for something, they began digging into her flesh with their sharp teeth. However, the child did not wince or blink even as the painful bites began slowly devouring her, and instead glared straight back at the ominous eyes, observing her every move. I'll admit, this little installation was worth a view, but no more than that. As raw as this place is, your instinct is far from beautiful or pure. With that, the child slowly raised her leg. A provocation that she was about to crush the baby spiders, the entity's children, under her feet. One does not choose their birth parent, yet they are born with and settled with the responsibility to live within their bounds. Unless you're merely a pathetic, fallen shell of a thing who can do nothing but grandstand. If you really consider these baby spiders your family, shouldn't you be attacking me by now? Spiderbot and the child exchange an unblinking glare. After a standoff that felt like an eternity, and only after the work was complete did she pull back her threatening feet. There wasn't an ounce of emotion in her eyes when she looked over the baby spiders. They seem used to tearing through skin and burrowing into the raw flesh. You have let them feast on my men often, Is that how a mother educates her children? There was no reply from the abnormality, just as she'd expect. But the child seemed to have decided that it was an answer enough, or perhaps the child decided that the fault of the parent was not of its children. She carefully pulled the baby spiders, who were still busily chomping away her flesh, of her body, and placed them gently on the ground. I suppose my question was a waste of breath. Parents, fools who can't stand even a moment not spent injecting their children with their own prejudices. When the children left, silence once again rushed into the dark of the containment chamber like water flowing into a void. You look so miserable that I won't be surprised if you were to drop dead at any moment. The corridors was full of employees from teams other than the safety team that the child was a part of. The child seemed to have noticed something after a quick sweep of the hallway. She grabbed her two 2 ego weapons. The rookies are all huddled together. NOV, is it? This is no Night of Violet, by which I presume you are referring to a midnight that we must contend with. It is the noon. What I mean by NOV was, are you hard of hearing? Ah, if it indeed was the noon of Violet you were referring to, then you would be correct. Your men are all gathered abreast one another, Captain. The other child's explanation was cut short by the sudden sensation of something heavy tapping against his head. Well, of course, the child had raised her cross-shaped blunt weapon with a skull emblem on it, and was likely yet repeatedly smacking the coffin-carrying child's head. I am not panicked. It is merely that I did not gain the benefits of last night's rest on account of the shortness of my slumber. Thus, would you mind ceasing the continued drumming of my head with your penitence? Consider yourself lucky that it's not SH that's hitting your head, Gloomface. One could mistake this for a male workplace banter between two co-workers on an average day, but the rookie employees were all shuddering with fearful anticipation. Clearly something terrible was afoot. And not even a minute later, an ear-shattering alarm blared all across the building. We have a DOV in our hands, but this is the level of trumpets we are getting. I would like to repeat myself that this is not an ordeal of midnight, Captain. I ask that you refer to it as a noon of the NWIM. That's not what I mean. Maybe. In any case, I'm suspicious. It's almost like the manager already knows what's coming. Got any guesses? I have none in particular. It may be as simple as mere competency, for I have heard that the manager was as foresighted from the day he started, metaphorically speaking, of course. How unhelpful. Where did all the pencil pushers go? The shop looked around, realizing that there weren't many clerks around. Indeed, there were none. All were immediately executed on sight. Certain abnormalities are motivated to breach containment unit upon a certain amount of death after all. Ha, what an uninteresting way to do art. Netzach! Everybody in the safety team, training team needs reinforcement, so head over there, please. Try to stay focused, okay? Well, everything goes downhill soon anyway, so it's not like it will matter in the grand scheme of things, but that green tin can with brain pickled in enkephalline is spreading again. We're missing 2 men. Are they getting high on enkephalline in the GTC? How did you know? Tiffany, a colleague of ours who recently moved here from the training team, is currently in an unresponsive state due to overmedication. NFW. The child drops the cigarette, her mouth briefly opening from exasperation. She stared at the group of safety team agents before turning away and lighting a new one. What about the other agent, the bald one? It's most likely that they are handling the Stella that has fallen within the safety team's premises. You'd be better off with them. Ignore that the GTC said. what the GTC said. He's hoped up top to bottom on E. What? What are they saying? Patiently, that's the manager's wish as well. Patently? I don't know what that is. I'll be the reinforcement of the training team. After confirming the exhausted child's affirmative note, she began rushing through the hallway at the breakneck speed. As soon as she reached the training team area, however, she spoke as she was answering someone. Enough crying and fussing. It wasn't like there were other employees following her. She wasn't talking to the two members of the training team who were already fighting all of the entities either. There's a big plate of meal waiting just for you, can't you see? At those words spoken with a grin, the terrible red eyes all opened wide and began tremoring like a roar. Oh, these footsteps are Lady Autis, forsooth. This reinforcements from the safety team. It's Captain Autis, not Lady. You couldn't have come to at a better time. I just fired my 6th shot. Is everyone else coming with you, Captain of the safety team? Listen, I'm talking to the world to spill blood for goodness. We don't need to hold ourselves back with such fancy restrictions. Just to see some blood, SF. Was it chatting with her ego, huh? Like her, some employees seem to resonate with certain egos. Then perchance we shall be availed the opportunity to see Lady Ryosh's fabled ego dual wielding. There's no time to sit here and walk. Prepare yourselves. Moments before we take down the threat, the Quill of Counter will take down with a flash of a bright violet light imbued the style just as the training team captain said, but before it even had the time to explode, the child leaped into the air, both of her ego raised high above her head. Movements of her muscles, not steeped in training, but in instinct. An ego-wielding technique not bound by form. While she certainly pales in comparison, her style reminds me of a certain someone. Yes, the one who shielded me then. She who spoke of the pain of the back streets. Now burst. The child perfectly wields both eco weapons and effortlessly shatters the violet colossal steel to pieces. Perhaps she is quite like her, at least in this regard. She's talking about the red mist! Or something, I don't know. Alright. At red eyes, coin power. At Penitent's Clash power. I see, and you kinda just gain it. Unique charge. Interesting. Huh. Cool. So this is a bleed identity, obviously. Oh yeah, by the way, penitence. Unique charge as well. Here's SP. Cool, cool, cool. It's interesting that they both count as charge. Serious Skullbuster. Oh, healing on skill. We don't have much healing on skills. Like, I feel like, except Chef Ryoshu. Actually, I don't know how Chef Ryoshu works. Like, all the healing is on ego, right? I'm probably missing something. That must be some healing. There's definitely self-healing, but not healing an ally. Gregor has some self-healing, doesn't he? On the G-Corp one? I don't remember. Serious Skullbuster. So this is a fucking complete charge identity. And sounds pretty fucking cool. So if you have max red eyes and penitence, every coin is 12? So it would roll 41? Oh wait, no, sorry, this is base power. Only this is gun power. Okay, okay. That's more reasonable. Still a lot. But that would make it 9 plus 24. So 35. Very, very nice. I mean, I think this fucking replaces my W corporeal shoe. Even if it's worse, which I don't know if it is. It's hard to judge. But I think it's cooler. Though I do like W corporation. Only ashes remain. Cool, interesting, I guess. Oh! Cool counter. I'm getting charge down. Oh, I love this. I'm using this so much. Huh. This is cool. I mean, you sang it as well, but... Oh, and the support passive is great as... Oh, it's resonance. Okay. Fucking hate resonances. That reminds me, I don't think I looked at your support passive. Interesting. I don't think I would be using this as a support. Oh yeah, wait, not that, but what am I doing? I saw a clip of someone on Twitter dealing like casual 1000 damage with this. I don't know what it does. Oh. So you have to keep yourself without SP. Well, that's rough. That's kinda tough. Like, it's probably solidly strong even without this, but keeping yourself as a minus SP, especially if you're not like Enclair, can be kinda tough. Huh. Okay, well, and I'm full on my modules. Okay, missions. I won't be doing the missions right now. I'll just, do it once, get the story. That's the goal. Alright, so what do I want? I would definitely want these two, and I should probably make like mostly a sinking team then, but I also want to use you, Ryoshu, but she doesn't really synergize with, well, sinking. So, if I am doing sinking, is there sinking identity?
따라가겠어요.
잠시 이것만 삼키고.
If they don't have sinking, I'll give them charge identity because that's how you build a team. This is kinda sinking, right?
뒷걸음질 치지 않는 방패가 되어.
Ooh, my favorite sinking identity. Right. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't synergize at all. Who cares though? Well, I'm getting you for sure.
아니면 애도인가?
I'm getting you for sure.
해골바가지랑 거미
사냥감을
Getting you for sure. Then I'll get you.
이 소리는 폭풍인가?
And you, I guess?
불청객을 맞이할 시간인가 보군요.
와일드 헌트여,
Alright, I did as you asked, Faust. I looked up towards Faust, away from the PDA in my hands, as it rattled and fixed the identity cards in each slot. Today's the 4th Walpurgis night. The location, it's that similar Atomic Corp headquarters of the past we visited. Its point in time and the branch of possibility uncertain. Thank you. Please proceed with the slotted identities to suppress the imminent ordeal. Phew. I've slotted in the Lobotomy Corp identities I pulled up during the previous Walpurgis night. Faust probably wants to study the correlation between Walpurgis night itself and the identities that can be pulled up on it during each Walpurgis night. Well, it ain't much of my business what identity we're supposed to wear, but can't you at least bother telling us where we are? I swear it's always the you two who... Yeah, I agree. We don't know what to do if you keep the important stuff just between the two of you, right? Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, what he said. I was trying to find a way to avoid sounding irritated. You have a way of mincing words, don't you? Thanks, lad. Huh? I guess. Haha. Foo. Functionality upgrade? Come on, don't talk about me like I'm a machine or something. Fast cleared her throat in an attempt to clear the air and stem the conversation from going on a tangent. We are at the information team department of the former L-Corp headquarters. Information team? Well, do I recall that place we had visited was called the control team department. Maybe they add a new department with every Walpurgis night? The training team and the safety team, both adjacent to this department, are currently accessible, therefore your assessment is untrue. However, it is possible that there is a reason the first place the door connected to was this location. Perhaps further analysis may yield more concrete information. She's trying to take an active role in learning things for herself. It seems that the events of the warp train rattled her more than I thought. She's probably concerned that similar loss of connection to that repository of Faust's knowledge may occur again. This place is pretty barren, huh? The more I look around, the more I see just purple. Huh? You got that right. Can't chalk that up to just being a corporate office, if you ask me. Doesn't seem like a great workspace environment at all. The good commander decorates their subordinates' living spaces with their moral in mind, even if it means going against their own tastes. Whoever heads this department must be quite unfit to lead. I bet they are not the only one who's unfit to lead. Fishmeal, who was rummaging through a pile of miscellaneous items, muttered from a distance as outfit mused at the ceiling. I found some employee doodles and scribbles back here. Oh, I suppose the department leads were called Sephiroth. They are saying something about how their Sephiroth is... Phew. Now that's some spicy profanity. I will read them. Mersault, you don't have to read the insults and profanities. Understood. In that case, I will instead pursue the documents first and produce a comprehensive summary. Sometime later. That is all. Okay, so first of all, thanks for skipping past all the profanities, but wow, that made me feel bad. and I've got nothing to do with this place. It's no uncommon to see departmentalists shouting and butting heads, but perhaps a physical altercation would have been preferable to letting such bitter animosity fester like this. It was clear to us that the Sephiroth did not share a very healthy work relationship with one another. Nah, that's not true. I'm sure they all like each other very much. Not to mention that not many employees really put their faith in their Sephiroth. Hey, this Sephiroth they call Malkuth, she must have been the Sephiroth of the control team, department where we fought the Ordeus last time. I can tell from the way she talks that she treats her employees like parts of a machine, driving them to their deaths, replacing them when they are inevitably crumble. I guess a wing is a wing, after all. Yeah, look here. Look, here's a conversation log with Hod, the Sephiroth of the training team. Looks like she started off pretty rough, but managed to avoid making things hostile in the office. From the sound of it, she really cares for her employees. Oh well, that's a whole another type of annoying though, you know? Then her heart would never have rested easy as long as she was here. The grievances of the employees would have reached her ears nonetheless. I think that's exactly what happened. She may have given herself doses of painkillers she hid under the table of altruism that she truly cared for them despite it all. And this Yesod must have been, I see, the Sephiroth of the information team department here. Clearly a stickler for the rules. Viper he was called. Perchance he had an unsavory habit of sinking his teeth into his employees. It's only a figure of speech. He does seem like the irritating type, but he would have served as a decent strategist. This appears to be meticulous record of the work schedules. According to that digital calendar, the upcoming schedule is fast approaching. There's no time to share the details regarding the ordeal. I suppose we should have checked the documents first. A heavy thump of the lights followed out his deep sigh. The lobby lights suddenly changed, and the floor began to tremble. Well, can't say I'm surprised. We knew that an ordeal was coming after all. Still, I wish we'd have some prior knowledge of our enemies this time. Yeah. What in the name of wings is that creature? Vermin, is it? This so far yet appear so grand in size. A giant? Naturally, we whipped around to look at Don Quixote, who then directed our attention towards something lurking in the distance. A thing of bizarre shape, crawling and squirming. If they appear in the safety team corridors as well, then there's more. Faust, anything you can tell us about them before they start rushing us? I shouted, watching with horror as the Curiosity Violet grub-like creature slowly spawned into the hallway from the air. Even though she probably didn't have much to tell me about them anyway. They will not rush us. There were reports that these entities are rather slow. In fact, they're an ordeal of Violet, time, dawn. If they are indeed Violet, then it is unlikely that we will have much time to discuss this further. We must immediately engage them, starting from the safety team hallway. A similar situation is very like too much reading in a short amount of time. A similar situation is very likely imminent in the information team and the training team hallways. Huh? Huh? So what? We've got to crush him like there's a timer or something? That would be an apt attitude. Yes, the entities will soon be manifesting in every department if we fail to quickly clear the zone and seek and destroy them in all the departments. If we don't, then we may come face to face with the kind of pandemonium we would rather not have the displeasure of experiencing. Every cool report counter in each department will immediately drop to 0. And thus the abnormalities contained within shall be released. Oh bollocks, come on, we just got off that bloody warp train. I think we've had enough of the wing shenanigans to deal with by now. Yeah, zip it and grab your weapon, I'm going in. I don't appreciate them saying mean things about my Sepira. I love them. Mental fracture. Oh, interesting. In right moment.
겁나를 내게 바쳐주지. 가둘 수 없다면 직접 후회를 새겨주지.
편히 쉬시게.
That's strong.
기릴 테니.
Huh. Oh, mass attack?
이 땅과 많이 손끝이라도 대려는 자가 있다.
편히 쉬시게.
Oh, come on. Seriously? Not ideal.
여기가 엽석이군.
이 땅과 많이 손끝이라도 대려는 자가 있다면 으타! 더 먹어치워라! 내 죄는 내가 알아서 처리한다. 대가리 딱 떼고
그대 또한 잠들게.
I love Yi-sang's animations.
이 땅과 만인에게 손끝이라도 대려는 자가 있다면
Oh.
목을 내놓고 있도록 찢어 밝혀주마.
네, 잠든 그대를 기릴 테니.
목을
Let's
내놓고
use the
있도록
ego. Okay, I have under
하얗고 슬픈 아이들이
0 SP.
그저 애도를 표할 수밖에.
Well, that didn't do much.
편히 쉬시게. 편히 쉬시게. 네, 잠든 그대를 기릴 테니.
대가리 딱 떼도
편히 쉬시게.
That's fucking brutal.
정리하겠습니다. 불결한
Okay.
그 물을 한 모금 마시기 전에
Victory? Are you sure? That didn't look like a victory. If you ask me. Sometime later. Phew, that's a relief. At least it wasn't indestructible. The rubble of broken stones lay about the exhausted sinner's feet. But it didn't last long. I see it fades away to naught. Yes, while the entity took the form of a stone stele, an object commonly composed of inorganic matter, it is likely that its existence itself is perceived as a religious artifact in certain indeterminate locales. Locales. True, the giant object did suddenly appear out of thin air before dropping right in front of us. The stela, which had once threatened the sinners with its tentacles, soon disappeared from the sight like it never existed. If Faust hadn't pushed me into the hallway just in time, I'd have been Dante. Wham! We would have all died forever if that thing had crushed me too. We were not crushed by the stela, to be exact. The real issue was the shockwave that came after the crash. I thought I slipped away in time, but I had no idea the shockwave would be so deadly. We are going to have to find a way to deal with the shockwave somehow, or it will be too risky to continue with the walpurgising night expedition. I'm not saying that I'm scared of the pain I have to go through when reviving the sinners, which really, really hurts, of course, especially when it's tenfold, but I'm not sure if I want to ask them to repeatedly run a mission that's guaranteed to kill them at the end. Moreover, we don't even know if whatever we'll find here will be worth all the trouble. According to the information given, it is said that ordeals cannot occur in immediate succession. They cannot occur right after one another. What, did the giant piece of rock have nothing to do with an ordeal then? Yes, it was indeed an ordeal of Violet. However, this was a Violet of Noon. Noon of Violet. Ordeals of the Noon are degree higher than ordeals of the Dawn, which we already have experience with. Faust's brows were frowned at the now implicable angle. Yeah, right. This word. Imperceptible. She was sighing even as she relayed that information to us, clearly perturbed by something. I suddenly recall what Faust speculated back in the warp train, that the castle shaft may have made a purposeful omission. You think this is the Gesellschaft's withholding information from you again? There is no evidence to say for certain. They did not withhold the information regarding the ordeal of noon. Thus, a more likely explanation is that this was merely manifestation of a rare possibility. Yet your suggestion does concern me. If it was indeed a manifestation of a rare possibility, then we must seek for clues in the Walpurgis night that may point to an explanation. So, should we explore further? But... Hello everyone, can you hear me? A loud bass crackle and an unfamiliar voice broke through the awkward silence we were mentoring in. Blimey, who said that? Oh, I hearken unto thee. Oh, I guess I can't hear your answers anyway. Ignore what I just said. Hello, this is Hot from the training team speaking. It appears that the Sepira Hot, whose name we first learned in the earlier documents, is the one speaking to us. Aha, so this is her voice, huh? Gotta say, this is kind of what we all expected her to sound, right? We are all investigating how and why an ordeal of noon occurred immediately after the dawn. I understand that in a familiar situation like this may cause a sense of alarm and anxiety, but there's nothing to worry about as long as you remember the instructions under the Exception 40 AA measure, which I made sure to mention in every training session. Exception 40 AA? Just how many exceptions did they come up with? Did she come up with? She must be a leader with a very hands-on approach to team management. Commanders who are overprotective of their personnel often make such mistakes. Guys, I don't think it's time to share our first impressions. We don't know what measure she's talking about. At this rate, we'll get... Oh. There was a dull wag just as Sinclair began to air his concerns. Did I just get shot? You there at the lobby, you have been dozing off during our drills, haven't you? I'm pretty sure I explained that in an outlier cases like this, we'll be firing physical intervention shield bullets we share with the middle layer. So why are you acting all surprised like you have never been shot before, huh? Shield bullets? Huh. That bullet does look kinda familiar, actually. We carefully approached Sinclair to take a close look at where the projectile hit him. Oh hey, I recognize this. This looks just like the DK ampule. That almost melted me into a puddle back at K-Corp. I'm getting unpleasant goosebumps just from thinking about it. You were totally badass though, is she? Jumping right in front of Dante, taking the bullets for them and everything. Ha! Then she went ahead and hurled a bloody harpoon into Klughead's shoulder herself, only a few months later. We got the recap episode. Huh. Like a good circular narrative structure. Okay, you smartasses. It is not a K-Corp ampule. While it is true that K-Corp technology was used to regenerate its employees, a barrier field like this fundamentally differs from the type of technology used by K-Corp. It is said that Lobotomy Corporation maintained collaborative relationship with other wings, including K-Corp. Though the set of collaborations through the said collaboration state obtained bullet ampules of diverse functionalities useful for the workings of this company. It appears that the shield bullet is a result of one such partnership. Wait, then this bullet will... It is said that this bullet can partially negate physical damage, which is also known as red damage in Lobotomy Corporation terminology. It will likely shield us from the shockwave created by the Stella as well. we have a counseling session later about your lack of focus during training. For now, please try to surface the ordeal of noon as soon as possible. I'll give everyone a physical intervention shield, so let's try to take care of this ordeal with as few casualties as possible. Dante, let us... Oh, right. Let's get a move on and deal with the other Stellas as well. Indeed, it would be preferable if we returned after confirming the destruction of Stellas in other areas as well. We will have to visit Lobotomy Corporation headquarters of different possibilities as well. We will make use of the Sephiroth and the shield as soon as we are able then. Good idea. Thanks to the unexpected support from Sephiroth, we were able to explore further through the Walpurgis night. All those trainings were for their own good. Is that so hard to understand? It was just that I couldn't help but think back to Hot's last few utterances that managed to slip through the static. It made me wonder what really went down here at the headquarters of Lobotomy Corporation. I know. I mean, there was a good ending. Kinda.
한자루는 죽어 떠난 자에 대한 축하를, 한자루는 목숨에 묶여 살아갈 자에 대한 엄숙한 애도를. 장례는 이상으로 끝내겠소.
Well, that will be it for today. I assume there's no more story in the heart. There normally isn't. I think, you know what, I'll actually do the hard one as well. Ooh, I can take more guys.
주먹으로 매만짐.
열쇠가
다들 연장 챙기죠. 다들
주먹.
열쇠가 필요하신가요? 열쇠가 필요하신가요?
출발합니다.
준비.
말뚝을 쑤셔 넣어 주죠.
다음 오찬까지는 돌아오겠습니다.
관리자님, 클리포드 폭주 게이지가 증가하고 있어요.
겁나를
이대로면 곧 실현이
내게
올 거예요.
바쳐주지.
편히 쉬시게. 네, 잠든 그대.
This guy is insane. I mean, I feel like he's kinda made for this.
영상으로 남기면 다른 직원에게도 도움이 될지도 몰라.
찢어 밝혀주마.
Oh, come on, Altus.
직원들이 개체를 제압하는 데 성공했어요.
물
이걸로
내놓고
많은
있도록.
피해를 예방할 수 있을 거예요.
We have the cool counter. Are you fucking with me? Counter skill. Reminds me of the second thing that carries me through my whole lobotomy library of Reinaran.
주라디오. 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
상담 프로그램을 진행한 건 잘할 일이야.
이딴과 많이
Counter dice.
끝이라도 되려는 자가 있다니.
편히 쉬시게. 네, 잠든 그대를 기릴 테니.
직원들이 개체를 제압하는 데 성공했어요. 이걸로
나아가주게.
많은 피해를 예방할 수 있을 거예요.
편히 쉬시게.
예방하는 데 성공했어요.
It was ideal.
많은 피해를 예방할 수 있을 거예요.
계속해봐라. 이 폭풍이 잦아들 때까지.
관리자님, 칼리포드 폭주 게이지가 한 칸 남았어요. 곧 자색 정월 시련이 올 거예요.
여기가 급속이군.
초대받지 않은 것들을
직원들이
모조리
개체를
치워버리고.
제압하는 데 성공했어요. 이걸로 많은 피해를 예방할 수 있을 거예요.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
정리하겠습니다. 불결한 것.
I assume the fourth wave that is here will be the
둘수 없도록
Noon.
직접 후회를
I think that would make sense.
편히 쉬시게.
Oh.
보세요, 관리자님. 다들
나아가주게.
역경을 이겨내고
비명을 질러.
직원이 되었어요. 저 이번엔 도움이 됐을까요?
We return to the training team hallways again. According to the work education manual, we're going to need a physical intervention shield to survive the noon of violet shockwave. We stood huddled together at the hallway, remembering what Hot the Severach of the training team told us. It wasn't long before the same bullet from earlier struck us. Red barriers began to form around the sinners who were struck by the bullet. Let's see, according to the schedule, we have some time until the next noon arrives. One of the sinners noticed an emergency response manual posted in the hallway walls. On it were instructions on how to use the console installed in the hallways to activate the regenerator systems connected to the safety team. This seems like it'd be worth a try. If we hurry, we might be able to activate the regenerator before the noon arrives. Very high, as they say. The sunk face lights up as they read the manual. Soon, an announcement lets us know that the regenerator distinguisher has been modified, reactivating most functionalities of the regenerator. Oh shit. All lives heal free HP every turn. All lives heal free SP every turn.
성공했어.
Looks like we can restore one of the deactivated systems of the safety team, apart from the basic functionalities of the regenerator. Which one should we reactivate? I'm going for SP. The mental corruption neutralizer cast has been activated. Listeners all look noticeably more comfortable, though their heads have been cleared. We're now ready to fight our next battle.
물리 간섭 보호장에 직원들을 보호해 주었어요. 재생로가 복구되어서 정말 다행이네요.
Okay. Oh.
이 땅과 만인에 손끝이라도 대려는 자가 있다면
찢어 밝혀주마.
편히 쉬시게.
That's a lot of damage.
너희도 이번 역경을 헤쳐나가기만 하면 능력을 기를 수 있을 거야. 비록 그 과정에서 희생이 나올 수 있겠지만 내가 세피라로서 너희가 죽지 않도록 도와줄게.
나아가주게.
가엾고 슬픈 아이로 그저 해답을 펴주마.
Okay, that's a lot. That's quite a bit of damage.
그대 또한 잠들게.
먹기 좋게 차려졌지 않아.
Ah, so close to being dead. It has fucking 3 HP. Seriously?
역경을 이겨내고
아.
직원이 되었어요.
내게 바쳐주지 제보자.
이번엔
하늘을 찔렀을
도움이 됐을까요?
Alright. Alright.
잠든 자들에게는 기꺼이 꽃한
Okay, yeah, no more story.
나비가 그들에게 피어날 수 있도록.
Much more lunacy. Complete suppression before fruit of understanding uses the decay skill. Interesting. Should be doable. Oh yeah, I already did this by only pressing win rate, so that shouldn't be too hard. Isang's thing can do it quite easily, as I saw. In a single turn, inflict 6 different type of negative effects on single enemy. Should be doable. Nah, that should be easy. As long as I, build a team around it, I'll just bring like, bleed guy, sinking guy, defeat 2+ enemies in single turn. I haven't done that. That's crazy. Okay, shouldn't be too bad. Which training team captain? Oh, right. Okay, shouldn't be too bad. But that will be it for today. I will really need to spend some time grinding this stupid game. I love this game. Or obviously I can just skip like 100 times in the XP observation. But yeah, on the weekend I should be able to grind a bit since I'll be at work. But yeah, kind of a shorter stream, but I just wanted to do this. And yeah, tomorrow I'll probably do more Library of Ruina. We'll see. And yeah, thank you guys for stopping by, and bye.